Airchecks by Radiomania.
AM radio forever in historic Bonham.
I need love to ease my mind. I need to find someone to call mine. But Mama said you can't hurry love. No, you just have to wait. She said love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. You can't hurry love. No, you just have to wait. You gotta trust, give it time. No matter how long it takes, but how many heartaches must I stand before I find the love to let me live again? Right now the only thing that keeps me hanging on when I feel my strength, yeah, it's almost gone. I remember Mama said, no, you just have to wait. She said love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. How long must I wait? How much more can I take before loneliness will cause my heart to break? No, I can't bear to live my life alone. I grow impatient for love to call my own. But when I feel that I can't go on, these precious words keeps me hanging on. I remember Mama said, no, you just have to wait. She said love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. You can't hurry love. No, you just have to wait. She said trust, give it time. No matter how long it takes. No love don't come easy. But I keep on waiting, anticipating for that soft voice to talk to me at night, for some tender arms to hold me tight. I keep waiting, I keep on waiting, but it ain't easy, it ain't easy. But Mama said you can't hurry love. No, you just have to wait. She said trust, give it time. No matter how long it takes, you can't hurry love. No, you just
Those three fillies from Motown, USA. Not too long ago, they got the key to the city there.
Originally yours. WCFL Twin Spin.
22 minutes away from 3 o'clock. Make that 4 o'clock at WCFL.
Where I was born,
Here's Ringo, baby.
lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in the land of submarines. So we sailed on to the sun till we found the sea of green, and we lived beneath the waves in our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. And our friends are all aboard, many more of them live next door, and the band begins to play. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. Every one of us has all we need. Sky of blue and sea of green in our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
Wish I had one of those to give Barb on her birthday today. She's checking in on Action Line here at WCFL, celebrating her happy birthday, along with Kathy, Peggy, and Big John over at her house for a big party, and that's where they're cooking that chicken man cake, as a matter of fact. We've got about 20 minutes to go before 4 o'clock here in the Jim Stagg program.
There's a revolution going on here. The American Revolution. Chicago's American has come from behind to be the #1 evening paper in Chicago and suburbs. And now its lead has doubled. What touched off the fireworks? A revolutionary kind of newspaper made for today's kind of newspaper reader. You want a paper that won't waste your time, that goes after the stories TV can't handle, that needles and probes and dares to depart from the dull stuff. And Chicago's American comes through for you with flying colors. It's got Jack Mabley, Joyce Brothers, Dear Abby, The Action Line, and it'll get you if you give it a try. Join the American Revolution. Read Chicago's American.
Oh, excuse me. I was just on our Action Line right here. The newspaper business has few totally original ideas. One of the few is the Action Line. That column that puts you, of course, with the power of Chicago's Americans in your own hand. It rights those wrongs, solves the problems, gets action for all of its readers. So read the Action Line every day in Chicago's American.
Never was your radio so radiant. Never has your sound so much soul. But data for your ear is irresistible. Pretty songs and rock and roll. You can tell. CFL. WCFL.
It is kind of wet on the outside. Showers and thunder showers for the remainder of this afternoon, according to our weathermen. We're going to have steady falling temperatures, too, going all the way down to about 50 degrees for this evening, with those showers ending later on tonight. Tomorrow, you can look out for mostly sunny weather and a little cooler on the outside. Our highs only reaching about the mid-60s for tomorrow. Right now, we've got a total of 66 here at Marina City, and the Midway is still the hottest spot in town with a total of 67 degrees there.
When you've got a job to do, reach for something good to chew. Chewing helps you stand the pace, anytime and any place. So,
Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew your little troubles away. Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Work goes faster, smoother too. Life seems brighter when you chew. Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum. It's good to sink your teeth into Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. That lively flavor freshens your mouth, and the good chewing helps make the job go smoother and faster. Enjoy chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Gum every day, as millions do. Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew your little troubles away. Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. Get some soon.
Just yesterday afternoon, I had about 5 or 6 telephone calls on our Action Line asking when Paul Revere and the Raiders were going to have their brand new record out. Well, baby, hold on.
WCFL Instant Replay. WCFL Instant Replay.
This is Paul Revere, the Raiders, the great Aeroplane strike.
I was down in Lily Town when all men is just at John. I threw my clothes and my saxophone in a 2x4 big trunk. I pushed it to the airport and I ran to the ticket line. Man said, son, you could have saved the run. Those airplanes just went flying. If I can't leave here, I just might stay.
Instant Replay.
This is Out of Sight. For Revere and the Raiders at WCFL, it's called That Great Aeroplane Strike. That's Paul Revere and the Raiders at WCFL with their brand new song, An Instant Replay, here at the big spot in Chicago, and it's called The Great Aeroplane Strike. And that record is just fabulous. They're copying some of the things that the Lovin' Spoonful do in their songs. 12 minutes away from 4 o'clock here at WCFL in Chicago.
The year's most startling entertainment innovation. Chamber of Horrors. A motion picture with many scenes so terrifying, a built-in audio-visual warning system has been devised. The Fear Flasher. At the start of certain scenes that many may consider too shocking, a red light will begin its signal on the screen to alert you to the terror ahead. The Horror Horn. At the same time, the horror horn will sound the alarm. Precisely at this instant, shut your eyes and hold your ears. See Chamber of Horrors, a shattering motion picture experience from Warner Brothers and Technicolor.
Hey, be sure and see the Chamber of Horrors. It's now playing at the Roosevelt Theater here in Chicago, and bring your own ghoul friend.
WCFL. WCFL. That's where it's at.
Score with the Bears and win with Coca-Cola. Hi, sports fans. This is Mike Pyle of the Chicago Bears. I'm inviting you to enjoy ice-cold Coca-Cola like I do, and then collect the bottle caps with the football on top. Under these caps, you'll find my picture and Gail Sayers, and 68 others. Save them and swap them for fun and prizes like an official size and weight leather football, plus a miniature Chicago Bears football, and a giant Chicago Bears football poster in full color. Get free details and collection sheets where you shop for Coca-Cola in Chicagoland. Nothing to buy, hand-drawn substitutes acceptable. Redemption centers at all Chicagoland Sears retail stores. And remember that Coke has the taste you never get tired of. That's why things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke. Score with the Bears and win with Coke.
We're going to score with Bobby Lynn right now. Here's a guy who can write lyrics that are just fabulous. Listen to the words on Elusive Butterfly.
You might wake up some morning to the sound of something moving past your window in the wind. And if you're quick enough to rise, you'll catch the fleeting glimpse of someone's fading shadow. Out on the new horizon, you may see the floating motion of a distant pair of wings. And if the sleep has left your ears, you might hear footsteps running through an open meadow. Don't be concerned, it will not harm you. It's only me pursuing something I'm not sure of. Across my dreams, with nets of wonder, I chase the bright, elusive butterfly of love. You might have heard my footsteps hearts of wonder. I chase the bright, lucid butterfly of love.
Bobby Land at WCFL, and one of the encores in our Hall of Fame. You're never more than 30 minutes away from one of those great ones of yesterday. Later on this afternoon, we got a Chicago premiere for you, and we'll also be hearing the comments from our Chicago premiere panel, and I'd like to invite you to join us. If you think you can determine a hit just by listening to it one time, make sure you put your name, your address, and your telephone number on the back of a postcard. Mail that to Chicago Premiere Panel in care of WCFL Radio Chicago 10. In the very near future, we'll be calling you and asking you what you think of that Chicago premiere.
Who's got the leanest, meanest look in town? The guy in stretch Levi's. Who's got the look that freely mows him down? The guy in stretch Levi's. Who's got the coolest chicks all in a spin with his half-back build and his sleepy grin? Who's got the leanest, meanest look in town? The guy in stretch Levi's.
DuPont Nylon does it, guys. Give stretch Levi's that lean, mean fit with no strain and lots of extra wear, too. So if you dig fit, get stretch Levi's with 25% DuPont Nylon.
You pick up your stretch Levi's at Carol's Red Hanger Shop. You're going to find them located State in Washington, also 63rd in Kenzie, Hillside, or the Goff Mill Shopping Centers, and opening very soon down at the Dixie Square Shopping Center in Harvey, Illinois. Peter and Gordon, our special guests for today.
Stagg talks to the stars.
If you look at the English top 30, you'll find that 10 or maybe even 15 of those songs are done by American artists. And Peter and Gordon are still trying to figure out why.
I don't know, but what's even more noticeable, actually, is if you look at the top 30, you may find 15 American artists, but you'll find 25 American songs. Almost invariably. I bet if you look at it, like, even the English hits, most of them written by Americans. I think American, in a sense, never really relinquished their hold on sort of pop music. Because even when the Beatles were starting, it was all American material and all American ideas they were using. And I think you've got it back now pretty well.
Yeah. Well, what happened with the writers out of England that the Americans could get it back?
There's just very few very good ones. There's really, 3 or 4 great writers in England.
It was just me and the Beatles, really.
Well, how do you feel about that, Gordon? Is that true? And do you recognize it? And what's your summation of the idea?
What, of all the American writers?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably because American writers can get much better deals for writing songs, and so much more of them concentrate on writing. And they can, just go out and get a lot of money.
So, in other words, the English could do it with the same business setup.
Well, I think, maybe some of them could. But somehow, sort of, the Americans have that kind of commercial mind, more than English people do.
Is that commercial mind in terms of what they put into the music, or how they conduct their affair?
Oh, and everything, They'll write a song and they'll go to a publishing company, and it's much easier to go into a publishing company in America and get listened to than it is in England. Because in England they say, well, leave your demos here. Yeah. And we'll listen to them. Well, we did this about 4 years ago. And a year later, about 6 months later, we went in and say, do you want them or not? And they said, well, we haven't listened to them yet. But in America, if you sort of approach them the right way, they'll say, okay, play them. Yeah. And if they like them, they'll tell you there and
WCFL.
News coming up in 4 minutes on the Stagg Line.
This is Daddy Cool. The in-crowd's on a groovy new kick. It's Carnation's instant breakfast, and fixing it's no trick. Big breakfast sometimes get out of hand. With Carnation, just add milk and you've got it made, understand? The taste is something else, a milkshake treat. Perfect for the swingers, too busy to eat. So get that nourishment jazzed and feeling the pink. With instant breakfast by Carnation, that calls for a drink.
That calls for the Temptations. Here we go with one of the songs that graduated not too long ago from our Stairway and moved up to number 18 in popularity. It's called Beauty is Only Skin Deep.
Sad as could be, 'cause her pretty face got the best of me. Suddenly you came into my life and gave it meaning and beauty life. Now with looks I've learned to do
the Temptations at WCFL. It's called Beauty is Only Skin Deep. Here's one book you can judge by its cover. A guy who can really straighten out those money problems of yours the quick and easy way. All you got to do is make one telephone call and you can get $25 up to $5,000. I'm talking about General Finance and Friendly Bob Adams, of course. The number to call is Andover 32020. That's AN 32020.
If it's going on, it's going on. WCFL, WCFL.
This is WCFL, the voice of labor. Right now, it's 4 o'clock, Chicago.
This is WCFL News. At City Hall, Mayor Daley again has discussed McCormick Place. Here's WCFL City Hall reporter Tom Sheridan.
Mayor Daley has stated he will not give his seal of approval to expansion of McCormick Place unless there are adequate public hearings and lakefront studies now underway are favorable to expansion. Daley has added,
There isn't any taking any additional property here, Jay. As you know, as I understand it, Jack, this is now used for parking space in the south end, and if they extend the building, you still have the parking underneath. So. But it's still emphatically
ahead.
Well, I'm emphatically, very definitely, and very clearly, this expansion will be submitted to the Plan Commission and the Plan Department.
Mayor Daley on expansion of McCormick Place. Tom Sheridan, WCFL News, City Hall.
Mike O'Neill, WCFL News, for Peter Epstein Pontiac, whose year-end closeout sale of all new 66 Pontiacs is making value news at 7501 North Lincoln Avenue. Weather in a word, brisk, 60 degrees at Marina City. It's December and September at Peter Epstein Pontiac, 7501 North Lincoln Avenue. The year-end closeout on every new 66 Pontiac that's pushing the calendar ahead and pushing prices down. During closeout time, everything goes, anything goes. If you've waited for the right time to make the right deal, that right time is right now. The right deal means prices like these. A new 66 Catalina two-door sedan, listen, $21.97. A Catalina two-door hardtop, $27.24. A Bonneville Coupe, $31.11. A Bonneville four-door hardtop, $31.34. A Grand Prix, $32.27. Deep cut discounts on convertibles, wagons, air-conditioned Pontiacs, too. With your trade-in, you get more for your old car, so you pay even less for your new car. See the world's largest Pontiac dealer for the world's best Pontiac deal right now. Peter Epstein Pontiac, 7501 North Lincoln Avenue, open evenings till 10, Saturday and Sunday till 6. At the Monroe Street Harbor, there's heavy damage caused by high winds and heavy seas. Coast Guard spokesman Harry Lawson was one of the first to assess the cost.
We were down there this morning when the boats broke loose. We got the call from the Chicago Police Department that they were beating themselves against the wall. And when we arrived on scene, one was still floating and approximately 4 to 5 other boats have sunk on the south end of the Monroe Street Harbor. They are yachts. Approximately 4 sailboats and 1 cabin cruiser is down. Probably about $150,000.
It's uncertain how much of that damage is covered by insurance. At County Jail, the mental examination of Richard Speck, who's charged with the July 14th murder of 8 young nurses, is underway. Criminal Court Judge Herbert Passion ordered a panel of 6 doctors to examine Speck to determine whether he's competent to stand trial, to be sentenced, and, if found guilty, to participate in the execution of sentence. The examinations, ordered last Friday, have taken place in Speck's jail cell. It's not known how many of the 6 appointed doctors have examined him at this point. Speck also will be examined at the County Behavior Clinic. On the south side, a rally for a prisoner in Georgia. Here's Howie Roberts.
In Chicago, a support rally will be held for the national chairman of SNCC, Stokely Carmichael, now being held in Atlanta, Georgia jail for inciting to riot. The announced purpose of the meeting, to raise funds for his defense. The editor of the Negro Digest magazine, who announced himself as a friend of SNCC, gives the reason for the rally.
The rally is being held to raise money for Stokely Carmichael and other people who've been arrested in Atlanta, Georgia, and charged with inciting riot. Many of them have been charged with that, including Carmichael. Bonds ranging anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000. So we're trying to raise money in Chicago.
David Lorenz. The meeting will be held at St. Dorothy's Hall on South Eberhart Avenue at 8 p.m. Howie Roberts, WCFL News. At the Pitt Congress Hotel, Job Corps Director Dr. Franklin Johnson has fielded a flurry of questions from curious newsmen. Reporters wanted to know whether the Job Corps officials have stopped the cause of riots like those which occurred last summer in Job Corps centers.
I wouldn't say that we have cleared out all the problems that are likely to occur in Job Corps. No, not by any means. But we do feel that we have made considerable progress in solving the problems of these young people. For example, there have been no riots or major fights or anything of the kind that took place last summer, that is in summer 65, in 1966. This, we think, is a result of experience in trying to cope with these problems.
Johnson says the Job Corps is doing its basic job, training its pupils for work. Better yet, that some Job Corps trainees chose to go back into the classrooms to school, and that the dropout rate in the Job Corps is very low. In sports, the Boston Red Sox beat our White Sox 5-4 this afternoon. At Wrigley Field, meanwhile, the Cubs were whipping Atlanta 8-2. At Notre Dame High School in Niles, the Chicago Bears are working hard to polish both offense and defense for tomorrow night's game with the Los Angeles Rams, a team virtually replete with former Bear players and coaches. Bear head coach and owner George Halas says the Rams must know most of the Bear plays.
That's true. They know all our plays. In fact, they're using all our plays, and they know our defenses in part, and they're using the defenses we had last year. It'll be quite a ball game.
Papa Bear George Halas. WCFL weather, partly sunny and cool the remainder of this afternoon, high in the middle 60s. Fair and cooler tonight, low in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, sunny, a little warmer, high near 70. Currently at O'Hare 62, Midway 61, Marina City 60. That's what's happening, brought to you by Peter Epstein Pontiac, 7501 North Lincoln Avenue, where the year-end closeout of all new Pontiacs means savings up to $1,500 and more. Mike O'Neill, WCFL News, standing by for the Jim Stagg program.
Mike, in this half hour, I'll be talking to Peter and Gordon, our special guest here on the Stagg line, and we're right in the middle of that stairway climb. Here is step number 5. These are the Razor's Edge.
Let's call it a day, girl. Let's say we couldn't make it. You don't know the way, girl. You just know how to take it. I didn't give you my heart just to break it. We had so very much in common. You were too
Razor's Edge at WCFL. Let's call it a day, girl. Kind of early, 8 minutes past 4.
Originally yours. WCFL Twin Spin.
Coming up on September 24th, these guys are going to be in our VIP room here at WCFL. By that time, the song is going to be top 22. It's number 4 in our stairway. These are the Shadows of Night from Arlington Heights in that cellar, and it's called Bad Little Woman.
Yeah, bad little woman. You're about to ruin me, baby, with your bad, bad ways. He drives a big, shiny Cadillac. Yeah, big, shiny Cadillac. And he's evil, too.
That is a wild song, and the number 4 tune on our Stairway Climb here at WCFL. Those are the Shadows of Night, and it's called Bad Little Woman. We've got 600 degrees of temperature in downtown Chicago.
You, on the NBC television network.
On me.
Meet the hero. On a movie set, he smoothly guns down the bad guys. But at home, when he helps with the dishes, or hangs a picture, or just comes downstairs for breakfast. Yes, meet the hero every Thursday. See Home Life in Hollywood. The Hero in color.
Be sure and see the world premiere of The Hero, and that's tonight at 8:30 on Channel 5. Jim Stagg with you at WCFL. Peter and Gordon in this half hour.
Shakes, new great shakes. Shake it up with milk and make the rich thick shake. New great shakes, new great shakes.
I'm Keith Yardbird. Shake with new Great Shakes. Great Shakes, a new shake mix. Great Shakes doesn't just flavor milk, it turns milk into a rich, thick shake. Creamy. Tastes like a soda fountain shake. Your favorite flavors. Shake it.
It's so creamy, thick and creamy. Any place can be a soda fountain now. With great shakes, new great shakes. If you want your own soda fountain now, go to the store and get, hey, great shakes, great shakes. Hey!
You're hearing tomorrow's hits today on WCFL Sound 10 Stairway.
The number 3 song of that Stairway Climb at WCFL. We've got the Ides of March, and they've got a roller coaster.
Did you ever take a ride on a roller coaster? Did you ever take a walk on a tightrope? Did you ever swim the sea or sail the ocean? Did you ever find a girl and find hope? A roller coaster, baby.
March at WCFL. Those guys are really fantastic, too. All 16 or 17 years old. They all write their own material, and they really come up with some great songs. They wrote this particular song, and it's number 3 on our Stairway Climb here at WCFL. Got a feeling you're going to find it in that top 20 before too long.
Yes, sir. What'll it be?
No, I don't have time for a haircut, just a quick shave.
Yes, sir. Your first visit to our shop?
No.
Strange, I don't remember your face.
I don't doubt that. It's healed now. Just step it up, huh?
Yes, sir. In a hurry, huh?
I'm going to the races at Hawthorne.
Oh, lucky you. I go to Hawthorne as often as I can myself.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. A great place to spend the afternoon. Oh, sorry. Yes, I have lunch in the dining room, then an exciting afternoon of thoroughbred racing. Hey, sorry. You see, the best horses in the world at Hawthorne. I've seen a lot of them myself. Hey, will you watch it? Sorry. You know, Hawthorne is only 20 minutes from the loop. You have plenty of time. Ouch! Sorry.
Do you have another razor?
Yes, this one too dull? You want me to change?
No, I'd like to defend myself.
Hip, hip, hooray, WCFL. Hip, hip, hooray, WCFL. Hip, hip, hooray, WCFL. Hip, hip, hooray, WCFL.
Here on the Stagg line, we're cheering the arrival of...
Hello, traffic. I'm 36, 24, 36.
Now, for Chicagoland on Wheels, here's WCFL's exclusive traffic reporter.
The Dan Ryan northbound is slowing at 26. Southbound Dan Ryan is building in volume with a heavy pace through 16th. The Stevenson inbound is clear. Outbound Stevenson is slowing at Pulaski. Kedzie southbound is bumper to bumper at 87th. This is Trooper 362436. WCFL safe driving time is 4:17.
At the chime.
When you've got a job to do, reach for something good to chew. Chewing helps you stand the pace, anytime and any place. So,
hi-ho, hey, hey, chew your little troubles away. Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Work goes faster, smoother too. Life seems brighter when you chew. Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum. It's good to sink your teeth into Wrigley Spearmint Gum. That lively flavor freshens your mouth, and the good chewing helps make the job go smoother and faster. Enjoy chewing Wrigley Spearmint Gum every day, as millions do. Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew your little troubles away. Hi-ho, hey, hey, chew Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Get some soon.
18 minutes past 4 o'clock at WCFL, and we've got the number 2 song on that Stairway Climb here on the Stagg program. Neil Diamond, it's called Cherry. Cherry.
Baby, love me, yes, yes, she does. All the girls outside you says she loves me, yes, yes, she does. Gonna show her tonight, yeah. She got the way to move me, Cherry. She got the way to move me. She got the way to move me, Cherry. She got the way to move me. All right.
Here's Neil Diamond at WCFL. A couple of carrots ons, too, with that Cherry Cherry song. And it's moving number 2 on our stairway and moving toward that Sound 10 survey here in Chicago. 20 minutes past 4 o'clock, and we've got 60 degrees under fair skies downtown.
Tribune readers get a lot that other people miss.
Hey, young lady, here's a special for you. There's a bountiful section of beauty hints just for you coming up in this Sunday's Chicago Tribune. It's called Through the Looking Glass, a special 8-page section on beauty and how you can become one. For instance, if your hair looks nice but not newsy, be sure and see the story that shows you how to get the latest cuts and colors and crowning hair pieces. If your complexion dims when it ought to dazzle, look for the lessons in makeup strategy from a famed cosmetic house. And find out how practicing yoga can actually help you achieve a slimmer figure. Yes, for a full-length view of what's new in beauty, you take a trip through the Looking Glass, the glamorous 8-page beauty section circulated in Sunday's Chicago Tribune magazine. You'll soon find out why.
Tribune readers get a lot that other people miss.
Peter and Gardner with us on the Stagg line.
Stagg talks to the stars.
Of course, when John Lennon came to America on that American Beatles tour, the big controversy of John Lennon's statement about Jesus Christ and Christianity, Peter and Gordon have their own views about whether pop singers should be involved in controversial topics.
I think obviously it's a pity if because you're famous as a singer, then when you make a statement about politics or religion, everyone takes it infinitely seriously. But equally, I think it would be stupid if you just weren't allowed, to say anything about anything serious because you might be taken too seriously. I think if I want to say something about religion or politics, I shall. And I think the John Lennon thing has been exaggerated out of all proportion because it was only a passing reference in the middle of a huge article, and it was sort of ripped out of context by an American magazine who made it look as if that was what he wanted to say and he'd made a definitive statement, and that he was more popular than Jesus, which is probably true anyway, objectively, whether or not he should be and whether or not Christianity is lovely and true or whatever,
Peter Asher agrees with John Lennon.
He probably is. If you sort of took a vote, of the Western countries, I would imagine he'd win. I don't know, maybe he wouldn't.
Well, it is a weird...
More people go to Beatle concerts than go to church. They do. Nobody goes to church in this country anymore. But it's certainly wrong of people to assume that he was saying, isn't it lovely we're bigger than Jesus? I don't think that's necessarily what he meant, I mean, all he said was that active, enthusiastic, involved religion is a rare thing now. If you meet people who are religious, they're religious in a very kind of half-hearted, vague, not quite sure way, Whereas if you're a Beatle fan, you really are,
You are listening to WCFL. You have a massive class.
Hello, traffic. I'm 3624 36.
Now for Chicagoland on Wheels, here's WCFL's exclusive traffic reporter.
The Kennedy northbound is slowing at Division. Southbound Kennedy is heavy at North. The Edens northbound is slowing at the junction. Southbound Edens is moving at a good pace. Lakeshore Drive northbound is a heavy steady. Southbound Lakeshore Drive is rough at Fullerton. This is Trooper 3624 36. WCFL's safe driving time is 4:24.
Introducing the Fresh Start. Are you ready, lads?
My girl has a dress with polka dots. My girl has a coat with leopard spots. With my girl, spots are in, but not on her skin.
This is it, girls. A barefaced plot to make you spotless. The Fresh Start 10-day wash and wear plan. For 10 days, wash with this greaseless gel. Cleans away oil like terrific. Then wear between washings to medicate round the clock, invisibly. Tell your love, the Fresh Start 10-day wash and wear plan is sensational. In only 10 days, your face will sparkle. Girls, sparkle.
My girl, spots are in, but not on her skin. She's a Fresh Start girl, yeah.
New Fresh Start by Pond's helps prevent externally caused blemishes.
We're in the middle of that stairway climb here in the Jim Stagg program, and here's the number 1 song in that stairway. Gotta be top 20.
Just a breeze will muss your hair.
Listen to the lyrics.
You smile away each little
care.
These are the Critters here.
If the rain should make you blue, you say tomorrow is anew. Blue be your eyes, blonde your hair. You realize beyond a care. Life's in a hurry, but you've got no worry. You're so mystifyingly glad. I'm Mr. Dyingly sad. And when the leaves begin to fall, and serene old winter's call, I feel my tears, they fall like rain, weeping forth the sad refrain. Blue, dark and dim, it may seem, you mark the grin, the moonbeam, right into a smile, pray tell me how you can be so mystifyingly glad. I'm Mr. Dyingly sad. You say, take my hand and walk with me. Wave this land and stop the sea. Show me love. Oh, I'm yours. Then the tide rolls up to shore. I whisper low, I love you more than even you could know. Adore me too, so I could show I'm so mystifyingly glad. Not Mr. Dyingly sad. Dyingly sad. Mr. Dyingly sad.
The number one song in our stairway at WCFL and gotta be top 20 next week. Those are the Critters. They've been trying for a couple of times, but I think they finally came up with that sound of success here in Chicago.
Hey, come alive.
I is, baby.
Come alive. Yeah, in the Pepsi generation. Come alive. Come alive. In the Pepsi generation.
Cut out for 5 news coming your way at WCFL, but I'll be back with the sound of Brian Hyland here on the Stagg line, so don't you go away.
WCFL. WCFL's the favorite. In Chicago, we're uptight. Baby, it's what's happening, so in it's out of sight. So give 3 cheers and you will find it's the innovation station that'll mess your mind. Hip, hip. Hip, hip, hooray. WCFL, hip, hip, hooray, WCFL, hip, hip, hooray, WCFL, hip, hip, hooray, WCFL.
It is the voice of labor right now, 4:30 Chicago.
It rocks, baby.
Stay tuned for more.